The Illuminate have resurfaced in Helldivers 2. It seems they've had a contingency plan to rebuild on some of our worlds. A new major order has us retaking Hydrobius, Mog, Haldus, and Bellatrix. If we can do that, we are on our way to finding more worlds that the Illuminate are hiding on and preventing them from coming back and taking Super Earth, because they failed the first time and they're going to try again. As it has only been a few hours since the new major order came out and we've had a chance to see what we're up against, it seems that the Illuminate, while weakened by their defeat at Super Earth, obviously, still have the strength to capture a few planets and begin to rebuild their armies. Now, this does make sense from a strategic standpoint, but I would have found it a little bit wiser for the Illuminate to do this outside of Super Earth territory. However, this massive blunder will be their downfall. The Illuminate, in their current form, lack the great Leviathan that terrorizes on Super Earth, but still retain all of their other units. And they will be difficult to take out, as it has been shown, meaning with the 4 planets that we have to take, we've barely made any progress in the several hours that we've been able to. We've made like 5%, I think, but at the time of recording, on one of the 4 planets. They're heavily guarded, as these are the only planets we know about that the Illuminate are on, and we still need to take them to hopefully completely wipe out the Illuminate. Now, I am a little bit surprised at the speed the Arrowhead brought back the Illuminate. Only a week or so after the end of the invasion of Super Earth, like that was a little bit fast. Arrowhead, you gotta let it sit for a little bit. You gotta let it rest. You gotta make it to the point where we want to fight the Illuminate again. We don't really. We're kind of Illuminate out. We played the Illuminate for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. Hard. We don't want to fight them right now. We want to go fight the bugs and the automatons. Give us like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month, to fight the bugs and the automatons, and then bring the squids back, because that makes a bit more sense than like all week. So I think was not a great decision, Arrowhead, but hey, what can I say? I'm not in charge. Now, I kind of assumed this would happen, and I kind of guessed it. I never said this on any video or anything, so I guess no one can. I can't really prove this or anything. But based on some of the wording from the new Warbond trailer, which I'll be talking about in a minute, it was talking about the squids, which, I mean, also just a quick note, we're getting a new Warbond 4 weeks after the recent one. We've gotten used to 6 weeks recently, and I think this is possibly a really good change, meaning Arrowhead is going to start pumping out a lot more Warbond content and possibly just more constant updates, which I think is a really, really good thing for the game. Now, in the trailer, also one other thing, there's also a lot more items, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So Arrowhead, I think, is actually listening to the community right now and actually adding stuff. Now, in the release post, it stated that the new weapon, the pacifier that I'll talk about in a minute, can handle any size squid assembly. Now, at the point of Arrowhead releasing the trailer for the new Warbond, this major order with the squid was not out yet. So it was kind of puzzling at first. I was like, oh wait, that doesn't make any sense. The squid aren't out and we're not fighting squid right now. But then I was like, okay, so they're probably coming back pretty soon. Maybe around the time of the Warbond. No, I'll hold on earlier, the day after the Warbond was released. Basically, the Illuminate returning should not be a surprise to anyone. Now, and other things we can talk about, we're going to talk about the aforementioned new Warbond coming on the 12th of June. The new Force of Law Warbond, which, I might add, looks pretty good. And I'm very, very excited about it. We're getting a staggering 21 items in this new Warbond. While, like, most recently, the Masters of Ceremony only had 50. And that's kind of the trend of, like, the recent Warbond, like the Warbonds. I think ever since like Freedom's Flame or somewhere in that area has been less and less items. It's been like, again, it's been down to like 15, but we're back up to about 21 now. So that's really good, and I think Arrowhead is listening to us on that. Because a lot of people in the community have said we want more items in the Warbonds because they're pretty small right now. Now, the most exciting item from the Warbond is the new AR-32 pacifier. Well, we know next to nothing about it, to be honest with you. It looks like a very, very good rifle. It actually looks like the first normal assault rifle, like real world assault rifle that you would find in real life. And hopefully, and this is a big hopefully, it'll have medium penetration. Yes. Oh, you don't need medium penetration to do stuff. I like it. That's my playstyle. I'm a sucker for the Liberator, Penetrator, and the Adjudicator. All right, those are my 2 favorite guns. That's what I roll with most of the time. But still, I really hope it's medium. That would be nice. If it's not, that's okay. It still looks like it'll be a good rifle. Now, there's another thing about this rifle I don't think a lot of people are going to think about. It's that this weapon, the AR-32 Pacifier, was designed whilst they were very, very aware of weapon modifications. So this weapon is probably designed around that, meaning it'll probably have the best assortment of different things you can do to the gun. For example, it'll probably have extended and short mags, or and regular normal mags. So it'll have the extended, short, drum, all those mags, and then it'll probably have like 4 or 5 of the muzzles, and then several of the scopes. Basically, it should have more. I think it'll have more items on it than any of the other weapons that we currently have. Now, again, this is only because the AR-32 was developed after. I say developed after. It was developed after the introduction of weapon modification, which, again, I really like weapon modification because it basically just makes your recoil turn off. That's basically what it is. But I think that this gun will be very good because it is designed around the weapon modification. Now, we're also getting 3 new emotes. They look cool. They're pretty simple, but they look cool. Now, they're the hold, the silence, and the group up emotes. Now, these are basically just military sign language emotes, which is cool and all. I probably won't use them at all because that's just kind of not my vibe, I guess. I mean, they're cool, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to use them. There's also the new grenade, which is basically just an EMP thermite, the G109 Urchin. Honestly, it doesn't look that great. Most EMP weapons in the game, as of now, suck anyways, and a grenade that sticks to enemies and basically just neutralizes them, I mean, if it does damage, okay, then maybe it's decent, because then maybe you can like take out a bunch. It also, if you have like the same amount as the thermite, then it might be a bit of an issue, but it might be okay. It might suck. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about from the Warbond, because I mean it's not out yet, I'll be doing a full, or at least a partial review of specifically the new AR and possibly the new stratagems, which I'm about to talk about. So the new GL52 de-escalator and the new AX-ARC3 guard dog K9. So those are our 2 new stratagems. The GL52 de-escalator is the more interesting of the 2, to be honest, and I think it'll probably be better. I don't think either are that good because they're, again, electrical weapons. The K9 guard dog is basically a guard dog with a blitzer on it instead of an AR, so we'll see how that goes, considering how widespread the use of the blitzer is. I don't know. We're going to find out. But the de-escalator does look kind of interesting, as it is a grenade launcher that fires electrical grenades. Now, do I think this will be good? In my opinion, no. I don't think it's basically a stun grenade. It's a stun grenade launcher. It might be okay, but I don't think it'll be like a widespread weapon. It might have its own niches that you might be able to use it for, but I don't think it's going to be great. Now, again, most electro weapons suck anyways, so I doubt either of these are going to be any good. But it will be interesting to see how they work. Now, if you like this video and you want to see more like it, then hit the like button and subscribe, as I really appreciate that. In the meantime, with that being said, remember, Helldivers, for Super Earth and managed democracy, I'll see you next time.